Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. Yes, you are on the right channel. Skill for L2 here, fellas. Bata SV on the main channel. Skill, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? Listen, it later came to my attention that Wargaming is doing quite an interesting sale. They're selling the tier 3 tank, a semi-collectible vehicle, for 46 euros. Fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's start from this, fellas. There is no lower tier tank which is worth more than 15 euros, in my opinion, where the worth goes. Maybe even 10 euros, you know? The lower tier mother trucker should be rated or should cost as a maximum 1000 gold. But hey, we have a deal. And I think it is fun to take a second to laugh from all of this. Fellas, if you are a collector, I understand collectors will buy everything what Wargaming will sell. I do not judge you. There is all sorts of collectors out there. Someone is collecting stuff in the game. Someone is collecting the post stamps. Someone is moving through the every and each Starbucks to get the Starbucks cup. Someone is getting the bloody vodka shots or milk shots from vacations. Whatever that is. Whatever is your thing, it's your thing. No one is judging you, right? If you are a collector, you are a collector. But for a casual player in the world of tanks, fellas, do not be tricked by this. This is absolute scam, fellas. For 46 euros, you are getting a tier 3 tank, 30 days of premium, 3,000 gold, and 1.2 million credits. You know why everything is there put into all of this? To boost the value of the pack to the maximum, so you would need to pay a humongous amount of the money, right? This is the main reason why the packs are valued like this. And now we can go into the game, we can have some fun, we can see what is happening in the lower tiers. Now, where the lower tiers goes, in my humble opinion, fellas, lower tiers are dead space. It's like a bloody... Lower tiers are like a tumbleweed of the desert in the world of tanks. Usually players do not play lower tiers. And even for a new players, what Wargaming is doing, Wargaming is trying to push them from the lower tier mother truckers as soon as possible. The grind there is relatively quick, it's easy, and there is not that many people who are playing lower tiers, at least from what I noticed. But who does? They have thousands of battles of the lower tier tanks in the game, right? And why so? Because it's cheap to play. You do not need to pay for a game, right? And you can have a decent amount of the fun if that's what you care about, right? In other words, it is very, very interesting situation, and we will take a look at this, fellas. What do you think about that? What do you think? Would you agree with me that lower tier games are kind of dead games? Would you agree with me that lower tier games are pretty... It's just... Let's not be afraid of this word. This is kind of some sort of shit show, you know? Either there is a guy who is playing lower tiers for thousands upon thousand games and having a great time doing that, or there is new players who has no clue what they are doing, and you know, they are taking one for the team, which is completely understandable. Every and each of us been there. I've been there. I used to stop sideways towards the vehicle, and I used to take one for the team this way, and you know what, I believe that was one of the best times in the game for me, right? It was so much fun. It was insanity how fun that was, right? Whenever you do not know anything, whenever you do not understand that you are making a mistake, whenever you are just simply taking one for the team, right? I mean, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty, fellas. Full trollolo mode, no one cares about the hit points, no one cares what is happening in the game, no one has minimap on, and you know, full on tourist mode activated, right? Can it be fun? Probably yes. Probably yes, fellas. Oh my bananas, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this. Look at this, fellas. Look at this. Scale, are you the tourist? Fellas, I want to join the vibe of this, okay? I just want to join the vibe, and I just want to feel loved, appreciated, and I want to have some fun, okay? That's all I am looking for in this situation, and just not to overthink too much, not to try hard, just to have a great time overall. I thought I can cross through this, by the way. I did not expect that this tank would become so slow, to be fair with you, but it is how it is. Let's see the score, and let's see who are playing lower tiers to begin with, just for shits and giggles. Let's see. Okay, fellas. And we are back from our game. We had some fun. We enjoyed ourselves. We checked out how Beta SV submarine looks like and what we can find in the lower tiers, fellas. This is quite an interesting thing. Obviously, we can find the lower tier players over there who are enjoying the World of Tanks Plus. And who are playing the lower tier tanks. If you are the guy like this, right, there is nothing shameful about that, then maybe it is worth for you to buy the tier 3 or tier 4 tank if you are not going any higher whatsoever. Or, as an example, you can find a bit of the Seal Clubbers out there who has tens... Then it is a best investment. Then it is a best investment in the world of tanks, fellas, to have this type of situation and just to have some fun. You know, 10,000 games and this ace wanker will come one day. There is nothing bad. There is nothing unusual. There is nothing crazy. New player in the world of tanks who are grinding towards the other vehicles, right? It's completely fine. This is what you are meeting in the lower tiers. You know, literally new player, beautiful. Very, very, very nice. Absolutely glorious. Mainly new players. What do we have in the other side? Oh, we have a gentleman who has couple of... My friends, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the lower tiers are looking like in World of Tanks. Literally, fellas, this is how the lower tiers are looking like. Do you want to play lower tiers yourself and to have some fun once in a while? Absolutely. Take Tech 3 tank and have some fun. You do not need, fellas, 40 or 60 euros vehicle in order to do that. I can promise you that, okay? It is completely unnecessary, and believe me, you do not really need to do that. And you know, for me, whenever I am traveling into the lower tiers once in a while, to have some fun, right? This is crazy what kind of stuff you can find over there, and it's absolutely ridiculous, right? And I'm not shaming any of those players, fellas. I am not shaming any of the players over there. I am just showing what you can meet in the lower tiers, you know, miracles, fellas. It's like walking on the water. It is absolutely crazy. But to be fair with you, one thing what I want to say, World of Tanks is a cheap game if you are not going higher, right? If you are playing all the time from tier 1 up to tier 5, I would say World of Tanks is, I mean, it's truly, then it is free to play game. You are making credits by doing couple of shots, and you can do the things very, very easily there, right? And I think over time, World of Tanks gave a lot of free stuff for players. Is it a premium account, or is it a premium tanks? You know, even from the drops, you used to be able to get the tier 6 vehicles left, right, and center, and you know, that is completely fine, and that is awesome. Holy bananas, man. Like, have you seen 25 and 20,000 game? Whoa, that was something else. Anyways, let's see the game. Woo. Okay, guys. Can you feel deja vu, or it's only me? I just wonder, can you feel deja vu? Same map, matchmaking looks a bit different in this situation, I would say. Tidy touch better. So what we are going to do, we are going to do the same thing, but this time we will actually try to play the game, and we won't go in front like crazy mother truckers, and we won't die, right? Honestly speaking, the last game, whenever I played over there, I simply thought I can cross, but this tank apparently has a very, very bad terrain resistances, which is fair enough, you know. I simply did not realize that in time, and that is okay. So, what can we do? There is plenty of the tanks that goes to our direction. Oi, 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 oi. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Okay, this time I'm going to play a bit safer, and this time I will think a bit what am I doing over there, okay? That's what we are going to do. We're waiting for a moment until this Panzer will make pressure, because eventually he will, it's matter of the time, right? Now, Panzer S-35, from what I remember, this tank is one of the most powerful lower tier tanks over there, so let's try to follow him. He's going to take a lot of damage for us, right? Just because he's very well armored and he can do that. Now, all we need to do, we need to try to punish enemies every single time whenever they are going to do something silly. And we should be okay. Meanwhile, how about this side? Our M15 looks like he knows what he is doing, fellas. Looks like this gentleman, he is very well aware of how to play the game. That's great. Can we eliminate this guy from the game? Almost. That is okay. T116, from what I remember from my early days in the world of tanks, is extremely powerful tank, right? This is what I remember. Good. And this one is the heavy one. It is hard to penetrate this one, if I remember this correctly, right? So we are just using auto-aim as a professional tier 3 player, and we will try to eliminate him from the game. He is dead, absolutely glorious. And now all we need to do, we need to take this position and say hello for every and each person that is sitting over there. That's all we need to do, and we are going to be very fine, fellas. Okay, good. Looks like this ship of the tank is strong against the... Looks like this tank is strong against the vehicles, you know? If someone has autoloader, apparently they cannot penetrate you that easily, right? Let's try to make a bit of pressure like this. We are going to say hello for Mr. Valentine. Looks like Valentine has a lot of penetration here, but we are going to be okay. And the armor, look at this. But don't worry, lower tiers are feeling fine, gold on, and we are chilling, and we are having the best time ever. Can you learn something from the lower tier games? At least can you learn something from the game like this? In my humble opinion, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, not so much. I mean, it doesn't look like my experience level will raise, and I will be able to use the new strategies in the higher tier matchmaking. At least it doesn't look like it, right? But that is okay, you know? If you are playing lower tier, that should mean that you want to refresh your brain and you want to have some fun, right? And I truly respect that, and don't get me wrong, fellas. This video idea is not to make fun of the lower tier players that plays only lower tiers. You know, you do what makes you happy and you do what you enjoy the most. That is the most important thing of all of this, fellas. That is the most important thing of all of this, trust me. Meanwhile, I wish, to be fair with you, that I could go back in time to a certain extent and still feel new World of Tanks player, you know? I truly remember whenever I was sitting sideways towards the enemy, I remember there was a map. Was it called Port or something? It was like a port city with a bloody rails in the middle. And if I'm not mistaken, it was a lower tier matchmaking as well. So you could not meet anything else, just lower tiers there. I think up to tier 6, maybe even lower, right? That's the map which is stuck in my head, and I still have best feelings about it, and I'm looking at this as a nice memory, if you know what I mean. Oh, Yopter, I murder you! It's disgusting. Mother trucker, how many games do you have with murder? He's waiting patiently, fellas, until someone will mess up, and he has a good view range as well. That being said, what is the chance that this mother trucker is sitting right there in this typical bush? Let's test it out, shall we? We have time and we can have some fun. This is what 40 euros can give for you in the World of Tanks. This is what 40 euros can give for you, fellas. Impressive, I know, fellas, I know. I am very, very well aware of that. Oh, wow, what a weird gun this is. What a weird gun this is. As a tank, by the way, looking into the lower tier standards, it's not even good. I think the main selling point of this vehicle is Wargaming is targeting players who are even either collecting the vehicles, that's why the price is so high, or they are or alternatively they are aiming towards the people who thinks that, wow, that's a cool looking tank, I want to get it, I will play 5 games and I will forget about it because the tank isn't so special and isn't so epic, right? I think this is how the things are looking like over there. I think that's the whole point. But to the defense of the lower tiers, fellas, look at the game length. 7 minutes already. Holy bananas from Banana Land, huh? Holy bananas from Banana Land. This is something unique. This is something crazy. How often do you see this? And what do we have left? We have left the experienced players, at least in my humble opinion. I think we have left the guys who played thousands of the battles with the lower tier tanks, right? And Maximus drowned. Unfortunate for Maximus, it happens for the best of us. Not much what we can change about that, I guess. I don't really think we can change much in this situation. I do not want to fall back, I want to find the Mr. Marder. That's what I want to do, fellas. If we will find the Marder, we will slap him. Or alternatively, we may get slapped by the Marder as well. You never know. You notice that I'm going and he noticed, okay, swimming. You see, the mood in the lower tiers can be great as well, right? The mood in the lower tiers definitely can be great. Let's try to cross again like this. I would love to find this Marder. This Marder is the most difficult tank for us to deal with, to be completely honest with you. By the way, look at the terrain resistances of this tank. For a lower tier tank to go to 10 kilometers per hour whenever you are underwater, that doesn't look very good, does it? That doesn't look very good. Okay, let's see. Look at this beauty. Okay, we found the guy going through the middle of the field. Now the question is, can we have a decent enough angle to start punishing him? My tank isn't the tallest, my tank isn't the strongest, but nevertheless, it's 40 euros tank. So you know what? We are very well, we'll enjoy it in the garage. That's okay. I messed up. That was a mistake, fellas. That was a mistake. Fine, fair enough. Let's see until this game will be over. And let's check out how the tier 3 matchmaking looks like once again. And maybe we can have some sweet laughs, shall we? And we are back, fellas, with a draw. This is a different experience in the world of tanks. It is absolutely crazy, you know, since I do not play lower tiers often. And whenever I play with them, it is usually to get ace and simply forget about the tank existence, you know. Usually this is the situation and this is how the things are looking like. It is absolutely madness. We finished everything with ace, even with a draw. Unexpected, fellas. We got cool-headed, Confederate, 1000 damage, 3 kills. Hip hip hooray. Now, there is only one way to do the things and to finish this. Let's see what do we have in this situation. Oh, the Jeff. Okay. That's actually impressive. I was expecting a bit more games with this. Maybe this is original Jeff with Arta. Actually, no, that was anonymizer. Okay, that's completely fine. The other gentleman, he is enjoying himself playing with some lower tiers, apparently, which is okay. It's fine to refresh the brain. We have a gentleman playing with FCM for quite some time, but that's not that bad. I mean, looks like some people are going into the lower tiers to refresh their brain from the World of Tanks struggles, which is fair enough, and I can respect that, right? Chiha, chiha. I mean, this wouldn't be a amazing experience for them for whenever a new player is joining the game, right? But it is how it is. What do we have in the other side of the board? We have other gentleman who is really liking the Panzer, which is completely fine. We have Sacharido, who actually enjoys. Actually, no, not really. Wow. I was expecting to see mostly the lower tier players playing lower tiers, right? But it's not the case. Looks like some people are playing the game after a hard session, maybe with some higher tiers, right? What do you think is the situation or the chance of that? Or obviously, alternatively, the newer players in the game, right? Huh. Very, very interesting. Let me know in the comment section down below what do you think about all of this. Is it in a way a scam from our gaming side to sell the tier 3 vehicles for 40 or 60 euros, which is, in my humble opinion, absolutely ridiculous? And overall, would you agree with me that lower tiers are kind of dead in the world of tanks, This is the question which I have for you today. Anyways, fellas, I hope you had as much fun as I did. I actually had a very, very good laugh, especially the guy from the very first battle. And let me know what do you think about my thoughts in the comment section down below. And for now, thank you very much for watching. Skills out for today. Peace.